if you're wondering why I'm smiling, and I'm quite happy, it's because I'm in a vineyard. I'm at Nakuji Wine in the Latrobe Valley, and I'm gonna whip up the most delicious, very comforting lunch. So I'm gonna do a gorgeous cheddar cheese toastie with a peach red wine chutney jam. It's gonna be delicious. So I'm gonna start obviously with some gorgeous peaches. So you can use plums or anything like that. Anything that's really of the time, that's really seasonal, because of course it's gonna taste better. Now don't worry about skin or anything like that. We wanna keep that on. So I've got about 5 peaches here. It depends how much you're cooking, but of course I'm gonna use this as a little bit of a side to the hero that is the good old cheese toastie. So what I'll do is just chop this up. Oh, the smell is divine. The taste is delicious. It's just, when you eat local and you choose to eat seasonal, you're just gonna get the best of the season. You're gonna get the best tasting food. So diced up, nice and small is how we want it. Into the pan. Now, of course, fruit has its own natural sugar in it. So that will just caramelize up nicely, hence why we call it kind of chutney jam. I am gonna help it along with a little bit of coconut sugar as well there. So we've got that peaches in there. I can actually already smell it starting to caramelize, those natural sugars. Now, talking of other natural sugars, we have some beautiful local Pinot Noir here as well. Some of the alcohol will actually really cook off. So you don't have to worry too much if it's not your Shiraz, it's not your tipple. Now we have 3 tablespoons of Pinot Noir in there, one of my favorites. And I have some of this coconut sugar as well. So again, about 2 tablespoons there. We want this to be a nice sweetness to our cheese toastie. And then I have a lovely lemon, just to add a bit of citrus. So we're all about balancing the flavors out here. So a bit of lemon, making sure not to get any seeds in there. Now, a little bit of texture I like as well. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of lemon rind in there as well. Now, have a bit of thyme here. So what I'm gonna do is actually stick the whole thing in. It's just gonna infuse into that. And of course, the real infusion comes from that lovely cinnamon stick. So what I'm gonna do is just let that simmer away for about 15 to 20 minutes to really kind of sit down, let those sugars come out, bring it all together and let it thicken. And then I'll get on to my gorgeous cheese toastie. That is thickened up beautifully. So I'll just let that sit and cool, because of course, cheese toastie time, isn't it? It's got a little saucepan there. Let's let that heat a little bit. I might have a little... It's lovely. Now I have here a medley of cheddar cheese. Now I'm Cornish, of course I love that cheddar cheese. So what I'm gonna do is I do believe that every cheddar has a little bit of a different flavor. So I'm just gonna do a nice thick grate with this one. Got that lovely one there and this. So obviously that lovely Gippsland dairy in there. And the last one. Get this off. Oh, fantastic. There's nothing better than cheese and wine together. Okay, so it's all about the bread really, isn't it? So if you want gluten-free bread, that's absolutely fine as well. But I'm gonna go for the proper big doorstop sandwich and do it perfect. So I want a nice bit from the middle, gorgeous and fresh. Go to your local baker. So 2 nice thick slices just there. Oh, it's so fresh. Now I am gonna do a little bit of butter. I'm missing Richo, so I think, why not bring him here? So I have some lovely butter here, and I've got that lovely thyme. And what I'm gonna do is just strip the thyme, add it to the butter. Now you can do this with sea salt, maple syrup, anything like that to just infuse your butter, which just makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more tasty. So what we're gonna do now is just spread Richo's lifeblood all over this stuff. I'm just gonna stick that on my grill like that and do our little second side here. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You've got a good non-stick pan, you don't have to do that at all, it will toast itself. And of course, you can use olive oil as well if you want, but the bread will soak it up a little bit there. So what I'm gonna do is just add my lovely cheese, just while that one is cooking. Now you can have as much or as little as you want there. Now, I do like a little bit of red onion with mine as well. Now you don't want too much because you will lose friends quite quickly. A little bit of that red onion there as well. Some salt, a bit of pepper. And it's almost time for that lovely flip. And around we go. So I'm going to let this cook and melt and get that lovely crispy bit of that cheddar cheese, and I'll be ready to plate up. This has crisped up beautifully. Get that on there. Of course, that's a bit too big for my mouth there. Let's just... Fantastic. Stick that on there. You're going to make friends very quickly with this one. My lovely peach jam. Making sure to take out that thyme and that cinnamon. Now you have a little jar here because you could, of course, stick that in the fridge for whenever those friends come round. Crack open a bottle of good red. But of course, I want to try it. So a little bit of olive oil just on there. A bit of alfalfa just to add to the nutritional profile there. So alfalfa sprouts. And a lot of the time on this trip I've been foraging, so I've been foraging for borage. So we just got a little bit there just to make things look beautiful. With extra salt. Now, of course, we have to try. And it's all about this beautiful peach red wine chutney. Just a local bit of cheese, local bit of red wine. So simple. Absolutely delicious. Oh, I couldn't be happier.